It's V from Embers of Consciousness, and today I want to talk to you guys about reframing triggers. I know, triggers aren't fun. They're not something we like to talk about and really face and sit with, but I'm telling you, there's a way to reframe it so that it's becomes something that you can learn from. And I have kind of a little process that I use for myself that I'm going to go through the steps with you. But first of all, what is a trigger anyway? What am I talking about when I say the word trigger? So a trigger is really anything that happens externally, right? It could be something you see, something someone says to you, a just general situation. So for instance, this job, this person, this house, whatever it is, right? Some external circumstance. You experience it, and then something happens internally. And it's usually an emotional response. So that could be jealousy, resentment, anger, frustration, sadness, hurt. All of these feelings that we get when we get triggered by something externally. Now, first, I just want to caveat here that I'm doing a whole nother video, so look for that on waiting to respond to triggering and why that's important. So that I'm going to mention that now, and it has to do with what happens when we're triggered. We go into fight or flight mode. Our prefrontal cortex, it goes out the window. So we're not thinking clearly. So I just want you guys to keep that in mind to make sure you're taking the time to process that. But back to triggers. Okay. Something happens externally, you feel this way, and usually there's a response that happens, right? And that's where the waiting comes in. And we kind of go into victim mode. A lot of us, I did, all the time. Like, but why are they doing this to me? You made me feel this way. Right? Okay, we're gonna reframe this. Stick with me. So I am going to break this down for you in a real life personal example that just happened to me a couple weeks ago. And yes, I'm gonna be vulnerable with you guys, so please be kind. So what happened is I have this group of friends, and they are very near and dear to me. I love them, and they're my family. However, recently there's been some distance between us for multiple different reasons. Obviously not going to get into that here. It's just created some distance. And so what happened, this group of friends, okay, hold on. So first I'm on the gram, right? Scrolling social media, which is its own little beast that I'll get into maybe on another video. And I see a picture pop up with my friends. They're all together and they went on, had a great day and did some fun thing, and there's all these like fun, goofy pictures, right? Okay. So my immediate gut response internally was, well, screw them. They're out having fun without me. I felt jealous. I felt resentful. I felt left out. I felt isolated. And I was angry. I was angry that they didn't invite me. So all these feelings are coming up, right? And here we go through the process. These feelings, what was happening emotionally, triggered me, and then I wanted to respond because, remember, I went into fight or flight mode. I wasn't thinking clearly because of this trigger. What I wanted to do was unfollow all of them and then not talk to them if they reached out to me, and kind of do this in the air at my phone and all of these things, right? Okay, but because I know better, because I know that I got triggered, I took a deep breath and I was like, okay, I'm gonna still feel these things. That's not going away. Like, I'm gonna tell you, like, it doesn't go away, right? It's what you do next. So I was like, I'm gonna wait because I don't have to respond right now. So I did. I waited till like the next day, calmed down, central nervous system is coming back online. You know, I'm not so much fight or flight anymore. I can think more clearly. That's a very important piece of this. The next thing that you need to do is sit with why. Okay, this is where we're reframing it. We are not the victims. No one can make us feel this way. I can't make you feel anything. However, we still have emotions. We're still human. These things happen, right? But we can reframe it into why. Why am I feeling this way? And I'm going to give you two different layers as we go through this. I'm going to give you kind of the more superficial reason why I got triggered, and then I'm going to even go a little bit deeper if you guys are like wanting the PhD level info. So back to the process, right? I went back to sitting in these feelings. Why? Why the hell did happy pictures of my friends piss me off so much? Because here's what I know. I am wholeheartedly, genuinely so happy that they have each other, that they have a connection, that they hold space for each other, that they can come together and have fun and laugh and share and just connect. Because I have that with them too at times. And I think that is so important, and they're all such beautiful souls, and I love that they can do that together. But why was all these other feelings coming up then? And so we're so used to either one, ignoring our feelings, two, reacting in a probably not in our best interest way, which is what I wanted to do, was push them away and say fuck you, like I already told you guys. Or repress our feelings and just let all that sit in you. Like, no, I don't want to do that anymore. I've done that for way too long, so I don't. And so what I do, which we're not really trained or taught, at least I wasn't growing up, is to like sit in this yuck. Like, why? What I realized is that, damn, I was just really super sad and lonely and missing my friends. Like I said, there's been some distance, and I was sad. I was sad. And I wasn't mad, I wasn't jealous. It was just, I wanted that connection with them. So once you can get to like kind of, okay, what's really going on with this trigger? Then it's like, what do you do with that, okay? So there's multiple things that I could and did do, some of them after this process. I can reach out to them. I can try to have that connection with them. I can have gratitude for what we have and that they have that connection together. I can find ways to, so that means if I'm sad because I don't have that connection with them, that means that I'm lacking something, that I need something. So how can I get that for myself? If those friends aren't available right now, then who else can I connect with that has meaning, that will give me that fulfillment? Is there a way I can connect with nature or something that I love, or myself, that will give me that connection and make me feel whole? So do you see how that's different? That is very different than me getting triggered, responding out of fight or flight, and feeling pissed off. And then probably taking a lot of actions that are gonna bite me in the ass later. And actually, now we're gonna go a little deeper. So then I also started thinking about, well, why am I sad? Why do I miss this? And what it came down to was I felt abandoned by them. I felt abandoned by them. And because I've done so much work on myself throughout this last year and a half, and my whole life, but really the last year and a half was like boot camp, I know that I have a huge core wound of abandonment, fear of abandonment. And I have my whole life perceived others as abandoning me. Why does everyone abandon me? Why doesn't anyone choose me? And so you can see how each layer gets a little bit deeper, right? So then I'm sitting with that. Why? What can I do about this fear of abandonment? And for me, and that's, you know, this is a whole nother video, but for me, it was, a lot of it was I was abandoning myself. And it goes back to, like, you know, not having true unconditional love for self and self-worth. And I did so many things to abandon self. So many things all the time. And what does that create around me? Others abandoning me, or me perceiving others as abandoning me, right? So let's just go back through this one more time so you guys can hopefully apply this to your lives. And it takes practice, and it's not fun. I'm not gonna lie. Does anyone like being triggered? No, but you don't have to let it be this nasty thing that controls you. How many people do you know that just live out of reaction mode? Someone says something to them at work and they're like, their partner says something and they scream, or they go out the door, or they sabotage. You don't have to do that. So trigger happens. Someone flips you off driving down the road. Oof, that's yucky. I don't like that. Wait. Don't respond. Why am I feeling this way? Really get into the nitty-gritty of the feelings of why. And then you can take action. You can do whatever you need to do to work on that why. And then you can even go a little deeper, if you want, into the healing process. So triggers, they're not rainbows and sunshine. Nobody wants to invite triggers into their life, but you're gonna get triggered. Just a little secret. You're always gonna get triggered no matter how much work you do on yourself. So how can we use them? How can we reframe it to do more healing and growth? Thank you, and I hope that was helpful. If you would like to, please share the video with someone who you think it'd be helpful for. Comment, tell me about your triggers. Tell me, like, if you guys have a process or what's helpful for you. Please share. I always love learning and connecting with you guys. All love and light.